I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna work on the sound van. Yeah, so we're gonna get some more stuff done with that. We're gonna actually work on the interior of this thing. So it's dark in there. I don't have the lights on. Anyways, we're gonna take and fiberglass those seams for those boards and caulk everything from the inside of that box enclosure for the sealed side. I am going to caulk the rest of that box back as far as I can. Maybe my buddy might come over here to help with it too. Let's see if we can click on some lights. I might have to recharge that thing too. Yeah, but in the way back, across the top still needs to be done a little bit. Down that wall needs to be done. And then from the back corner this way needs to be done as well. So, you know, we got stuff to do. Like always, there's always something to do. So my buddy's gonna come over here. Don't know if he's gonna bring the truck or if he's gonna bring the Subaru. Don't know. Anyways, I gotta put you guys up on time lapse and we were gonna get to doing some of that stuff. I am also bought some netting to be able to, it's like drywall netting. It just helps when you're doing seam work. So I just bought this like little thin stuff and we'll cut that down and we'll finish doing the inside seam work for those boards. I'll staple that to it and then use that as a backer to back for the fiber bondo, and we'll get that going for you guys. So yeah, just more stuff, more nice stuff to check out. Eventually, I'm gonna shove some subs in this son of a bitch. Someday, don't know if it's yet or not. I think maybe this paycheck I might buy the amp for it. I don't know. Need to kind of catch up on a few things here and there. But if I do buy the amp for it, I'll show you guys the amp for it. Also, I know you guys are looking forward to that demo for those subs. I did not keep the amp. I ended up selling the amp to somebody else, so I actually didn't get to test it with those subs, and I didn't get to test the amp out to see what it made, you know, hooking up like voltage and all that stuff, like a couple multimeters to test it to see what's actually outputting. Did not get to do that. So it's an unfortunate thing. Oh well, I can buy another one later if I really want to. And I might, just undecided yet. So that's a sad day, but I still do have the ground zero in there. And I do have those subs in there. So I will give you a demo of the subs. The subs are really good subs and they do take the power. Right now, with that amp that's in there, it's the Ground Zero 4500, and we looked it up at 1 ohm. It puts out 3,126. That amp is maxed out, so it's literally maxed out. And then like a quarter-ish, not even a quarter turn, like a fucking eighth of a turn or a 16th of a turn back. So it's putting out all the juice. So we'll call it 3,000 watts. It's like almost, it's totally perfect for those subs. But the unfortunate part is they need more power. So honestly, I think a 5K would do great on those subs. So if you're gonna pick up those subs, pick yourself up a decent actual true RMS 5K amp. Slowly wear the subs in, turning your amp up, and they will take it all day. They'll take the juice all day. So anyways, we gotta get to this. All right, everybody. So we did some little time lapse there and stuff. I did do the one speaker in the way back there. Oh, I'm not sure if I can get in here holding the camera, but we're gonna find out. All right. Foot got hung up. All right, there we go. So I did this little part right here. It started to harden up as I got up here, so that looks a little messy. Let's give you guys a little zoom thing here if I can get that going. All right, so that got a little messy, kind of got in there, and I tried, but it started hardening up as it went this way. This side went in pretty good, and it went up. I got up to about right there, and obviously I'm gonna have to sand that off, and then just lightly sand it, and then re-skim it. There's like part of it that kind of chipped out from right here too. But it's really just there as backer because these things started pushing the wood out when I put them in because they're so close to the edge of the wood that it started making it look ugly. I also have to get that out of there. There's just like some boogers of wood glue, and I mean that stuff's pretty solid. So wood glue actually does pretty good. Let's see here if I can get that. I think it's pretty dark, but anyways, there is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, how it just decided that it wants to, yeah, there's a good example. So right at the edge of that is, it's like I screwed this in and it tore up the stuff. It's in there straight, and it is aligned according to putting the screw in for the subwoofer, but this is bullshit and it's going to rip out. So we need to make sure that that doesn't rip out. This is the back end of that one. So this one's in there straight, but this is got chewed up on the back end from something. Don't know what, but yeah, it cored itself out basically. So what I'm doing with the Bondo is going through and putting that in there. But I'm actually probably not going to Bondo skim them. What I thought about doing was using wood filler, because wood filler will fill this up nicely and it'll dry, but it's basically would become wood again, and then I can sand it down smooth. Then I can take and Bondo skim the holes if I need to or want to. We'll see. We'll see what I end up with, or how well the wood filler works and how hard the wood filler actually gets. Anyways, we're in the box. My idea, I said earlier, was to staple these up and to Bondo these out. So because there's separations in there. But don't know if I'll get that right now. I did caulk the top there. So I got that whole board done. I did do a little bit of that white stuff that was in the middle there earlier. And then I did the back end as well. Let's get you around the side there so you can see. I mean, it's pretty dark probably in here on the camera. But anyways, you guys can see that stuff. And I filled in where that power wire comes in. So that power wire comes in here from the other side. That's part of that old dome light. Goes through here on the other side. It comes out right there. So I do have the connection fitting. This little thing will go up here, get wired in. It'll live its life somewhere in here, I believe, is where I'll probably mount that too. And it'll get wired up. Obviously, probably cut the wires back somewhere in here or back here, depending on where. Probably right here. But it'll get mounted up here, and then this will also get kind of twisted up and wrapped up and mounted up there, because I have literally a lot of cord, plus the cord that's for that 12 volt to 5 volt adapter will have to get put up there as well. So behind that stud will become, I don't know, a pretty big mess. And then you have the lights, obviously, that'll be working at that point. When you turn the dome lights on, these will work. I do want to wire that up, but as of for right now, I kind of want to leave it hanging, but I do want to get that out of my way. So I don't know how. Maybe just hang a little piece of that wire off of here for the USB after I get it all wrapped up, so then I can just plug it in if I need to once I'm done, but I could leave it off there so I can still plug in the regular adapter. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I also, while I have you guys in the box, I also still have to go up here and caulk all this, and in here, this has been foam filled because there was some holes here that were a little concerning for me, and I might just actually fill these with, I don't know if I'll fill it in with caulking and then just skim it and let it dry. That might take a while, or if I'll mix up some Bondo and fill it in with fiber Bondo, because that's kind of deep as well too. So we'll just see what it does or what I end up with. But yeah, it's kind of the gist of it basically. And then I'll have to caulk this, caulk along here. These ones here, I thought about it after I do the caulking job. I might just make sure it gets flat and then take some of that that tape, and I'll tape the that mesh tape along here, because I'll push it in and get it all nice, and then I'll go through and staple it to it. And then once I do that, then I'll take the fiber Bondo, mix it up, and then just kind of slot it in there and just smooth it out, smooth it up the wall and down, and just make a nice kind of curved or slightly rounded edge to it. That way then this back wall is fully sealed off. Then I have to get in here and do the other side. But that was just a plan of mine. So maybe it might happen, maybe it won't. I'm not 100% sure on that. I guess we'll have to see what I come up with. Yeah, this is just, you know, tinkering. So as of right now, I'm going to be done for the day. Well, we did the back area too, so we finished that off. I did get my friend to go into the box, and he did that for me, which is really helpful, since laying in that box and trying to caulk that, you know, trying to lay or put pressure on my left side, it's just, I don't want to risk it, you know, at this point. I know I could probably do it, but still, it took 9 months for me to be able to actually heal and move around properly and do things. So I'll give it a little bit longer before I start doing stuff like that, where I weasel my way into small spaces and things again. Yeah. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys, we are back at it. Next day, maybe. Yeah, next day. So, same clothes, next day, don't give a shit. Hey, there's stuff on my camera. All right, gotcha. So, anyways, we need to cut brace boards. So, I am going to turn on a light. We're going to get some measurements done. And then we are going to cut brace boards for in between that area going back to the back wall. And I did some mud work a little bit with the wood filler and stuff, and that all has to get sanded out and sanded down, and that back area with the Bondo for sure. But I'm gonna see how stiff this wood filler stuff gets actually, and then we'll go from there. So bam. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna stripe that up for the other stuff, but today, right now, what I'm gonna start on is we are going to cut this down. So I'm going to measure those, and then I'm going to put these in there once they're measured down. I think I did the math right, and I got to do 16 of these square little dowels inside there. And then that's the center bracing between the subs, and then the actual wall bracing will be done through the port. And I don't give a shit if people say that it's going to create buffer noise or something like that, having like 2x4s or something like that inside of there, because I have those 2x4 brackets, those kind of square style 2x4 brackets. You just screw them in and then slide the 2x4 and then screw the 2x4 to that. Those are from the other side of the port. On the sealed side, that was like 44 cubes that I had to narrow down. Now it's at 13 cubes. And the port is still at 33 cubes. It's always been 33 cubes. It'll peak at 52.4 for the port. If I don't like where it's sitting, I guess if I'm not hitting the numbers I want, to tear it out and rebuild it and move the whole wall back, which would just create a larger port. Bigger port, higher numbers, or bigger port, higher frequency, I should say. But at 52, I should be able to get up there still too. Because even though the port rolls off at 52, I might still be able to hit like in the 70s for the hertz. So we're gonna get to measuring some of this stuff and get to cutting. So we'll just slap you up here. Bam. Something like that. Now I gotta find at least a decent tape measure. I don't know what happened to my other one. Oh, there it is. Sitting on the garbage can. Found it. I think I don't want to use roll today though. These rolls mass. Maybe I can see better in the port with it. Maybe I can see better when I'm in the port with this one. All right, let's get in here. Check this wood out. I don't like crawling in and out of here, but it's not the hardest thing to do. The port's fairly big, so it's okay. Yeah, that stuff stiffens up really well, actually. So good on ya. Just have to sand it down and then do the other 4 that I haven't done yet. All right, let's see here. 9 inches, just perfectly at 9 inches. Well, pretty close to 9 inches. We might be just slightly over 9 inches. 9 and the 16th. 9 and a 16th. Good luck with that one. Might as well straight up call it 9 inches, but measure it at 9 and 16ths. Let the blade cut it off. I'm just guessing. All right. Let's get that zoomed in here a bit if I can. There we go. I'm gonna put you guys up on here. Bam. There we go. So So now I have to move this out so I have more space. I gotta move that battery. Battery's in the way. Let me see, I'll kind of slide that. Move that so it slides. Perfection. Now that's hooked up, that's hooked up. We should have power to there. Good to go. Now we just take all of these and just kind of stand them up here. And then we'll do 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Nine, 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 nine. Constantly. Collins just moved. Ghost Carter. It's a good song, by the way. 9. Then I'll cut and make another, and I'll just do another one after that, and so on and so forth. Perfect. So these are not going to look the greatest, but we're going to do it anyways. They're all going to be chewed up. Take the blades with, skip over slightly, chop the thumb off. Don't start that attached to that. Do not start that when it's attached to the blade still. It may or may not kick the wood. Don't do as I do. All right. Now we'll line it up this time, and then we'll just mile that sucker off and then call it good. Now I think the other one's short. So I think I got 3 out of there, and then this one's going to be the short guy. It's like 8, a little over 8 1/4. So that's just garbage. Should have brought the wood barrel over. You know, could have brought that wood barrel over, but no. Just not thinking. Guess I just don't really care either. If I cared enough to bring the wood barrel over, that'd be something, right? Just don't care. Just trying to get these things cut. Then we'll get these off to where they need to go. Dun, 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 dun. all right. It's really windy out today. Like really windy out today for some reason. So we're just chopping all of these up. And then we'll be all right. We always have one chunk of wood that's not usable, so it goes inside the wood box. A little wood barrel, just a plastic garbage can, just call it the wood barrel. Now, it'd be cool if it was an actual barrel, like an old barrel of oil or gas or something like that. Be cool if I had it in the shop like that. All right, line it up, get the next one. I don't know if we're cutting these very fast or not. Kind of probably boring for you guys. Entertaining, I guess, when I actually just kick the blade. You guys are watching intensely, I know. I'm just hoping I fuck up and send the board flying or something. Don't do that. You're doing it wrong. I know. I always just wing it. And I know everybody's critics and they can do better than other people, so. Everybody's a critic and everybody has to say something. You're dumb, you're not doing it right. Alright, get over here and do it for me then. You think you can do better than do it for me? Build my shit for me. Don't want to do it? Okay, that's what I thought. Nope, I ain't paying you. You just think you can do it better than me. You come build it for me for free. By any means, just swing on down and you can come build it for free. Because you can do better than me. Right? Alright, that's what I thought. This is a lot of cutting to do. I do not like this. But we'll get it there. Some of these might be like a little too long, a little too short, something like that. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. So you guys don't have to sit and keep listening to this. Okay, I'm a big dummy. Don't know what I was thinking. So I assumed that it was gonna be like 16 of them. I must not know math very well. So ended up with only being like 8 of them, I think. You know? Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. If I want to do the back, you know, for extra stuff, but it shouldn't have to because it's 2x4'd. 6 of them. How do you get 16 from 6? You don't. That's called bad math. Anyways, I cut 16 of them. So I cut 16 of them. Let's see if they're all pretty much even. Or pretty close to. Yeah, that one in the center might be a little slightly taller. But they're pretty much even. I got 16 of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with 16 little dowels now. Dummy. Big dummy. Oh well. Let's mark these, screw them in. All right. All right, everybody. So we got those little dowels in there now. So those are in there. Let's get you zoomed in here. Yeah, so those are in there now. And I'll show you a couple of them here. Like there's that one, there's that one, there's that one. They're all in there. Little crazy, but they're in. Now the only problem that I have, so the spacers are in, little bracing done. I have to get that light out of there. That's gonna be fun. Try to get that out. So let's try to get it out. See if we can get that light out of there. Oh, let's try to angle you guys a little bit better than what you were. There we go. Now, let's get in there. Let's try to get this light out of here. Because, you know, that's the thing. I don't know how I'm going to get that out of there. Not with the braces in there. Should have probably thought about that before I put all those braces in there, huh? Oh, look at that. Sitting there talking shit and I just get it right away. I guess when you're lucky, you're lucky. I should go out and buy a lottery ticket. Maybe I'll win. Oof. So that's done. That part's done. Now we just got to figure out the rest of it, right? So I eventually got to get seats for it. So I'll have to order some seats, like some, I don't know, racing seats or something. Let's see if I can angle this over there. I still want to be able to get in and out of there. But I want the light. Bam. Kind of. Something like that. That'll work. Anyways, I just hooked that light up. So I got paint to paint the inside of the box. I still have to do the Bondo work on it. I have to use this patch pad stuff. Some of those braces towards the back end are literally right along that crack. So they're just going to get probably bondoed directly to the wood as well. Yeah, and after I basically use the fiber bondo along those seams, and I'm happy with the way it is. Probably not going to sand anything. I'm probably just going to get in there and just paint it. It's just the inside of the box. It's just meant to help stop like wood decay, basically, anything like that. Moisture happens to somehow get in there because I'm in like a humid climate or something, or climate, something like that. Then it'll just stop it from having problems. Leaving wood bare is not good. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna tie this into the other video. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.